Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys my dents. Welcome back and thank you so much for joining me. As promised, I'm gonna be showing you guys my dents. Let's get started. The first dent that I'm gonna share with you guys is the one I made in Cotton Candy by Gale Hayman. I mean, look at the dent that I made in this one. It's my favorite gourmand scent. It smells just like Pink Sugar by Aquilina, which I also happen to make a huge dent in, but I love this fragrance. It's so sweet. It's vanillic. I just love that sweet, ooey gooey classic cotton candy scent that this one gives off. I literally wear this one all year round. I think it smells good in like hot temperatures, and I also think it smells good when it's real cold outside. It just doesn't matter what's going on. I just love to wear this one. If you love a sweet cotton candy, vanillic, sticky, sugary type scent, this is the one. And I love this one because it is super long lasting. I absolutely love this, and that's the reason why I made a huge dent into this fragrance. This is Cotton Candy by Gale Hayman. Another fragrance that I absolutely love that I made a huge dent into is Light Blue by Dolce and Gabbana. I've made several purchases of this perfume. Like, this is probably my third bottle. I've been wearing this one for so many years, and I don't think I'll ever stop wearing this one. Every single time I run out, I have to get myself a new bottle because it is guaranteed at some point I'm gonna want to smell like this. Sometimes I don't even wear it. Sometimes I just like to go in my room and just lift the lid off just to smell it. At one point, I had an insane and very unhealthy obsession with this fragrance. When I would smell this on women in public, I would literally like walk in their trail because I just love the sillage that this one gives off. It gives off this very clean, fresh, but a little warm, sexy type scent. It is just so incredible. Like, I think if this works on your chemistry, you are so lucky. And everyone that I've ever smelled this on, it smells amazing on them. I always smell this on people, and I know it's in the dry down phase of the fragrance. That's when you get that amber, the musk, and the woods, and it just smells so good. So there you go. This is Light Blue by Dolce and Gabbana. Another fragrance that I made a huge dent into is L'Eau de Issey by Issey Miyake, and this is the Eau de Toilette. Now, the color of the juice has changed over time. The scent is still the same. It smells so incredible. I have been through multiple bottles of this one. It smells just so good. I'm gonna show you the backup bottles just so if you're not familiar with this scent, you can see what it should look like. So like I said, the color of the juice has definitely turned a bit, but the scent is still fresh. It still smells like the original scent. I love this scent. I would say that it is like signature. Like, I freaking love this. I wear this almost every single week. At some point throughout the week, I'm gonna reach for this scent. I love the clean, fresh, aquatic, floral scent that this one gives off. It just smells so completely different from everything else that I have in my collection, and I love how monstrous the sillage is and how long lasting it is. It does give off this clean, fresh, classic, chic, expensive type of vibe. This is my signature, so I always have this in my collection, and I'm always going to be making dents into this perfume. I love it. Another fragrance that I've made a dent into is La Petite Robe Noir, and this one is the Eau de Toilette. Yesterday, I was wearing this scent, and it only reminded me of how beautiful this fragrance is. It has the most beautiful cherry note. We have rose. It's pretty musky, and we do have patchouli. Usually, I stay away from patchouli in fragrances, and I must admit, I did not always appreciate the patchouli note in this one, but now I just freaking love it. I think it just gives the fragrance personality. It gives it weight and depth. I just love the sweet, tart, fresh, earthy scent that comes from this one. And it's another fragrance I love to wear when I'm like going out somewhere nice, like if I'm gonna get all dolled up. It has this bold personality, but it's also very classy and very chic. I love this one. This is La Petite Robe Noire, and this is from the house of Guerlain. Another fragrance that I made a huge dent into is from the Clean line, and this one is called Warm Cotton. I have multiple bottles of this fragrance, and that's because this is my anywhere, anytime type of fragrance. I like to layer this one with my other clean, fresh fragrances, and that's because this has a clean, warm cotton, clean laundry type scent. I don't mention this a lot when I'm talking about this perfume, but even though this gives off that clean, fresh laundry vibe, it is floral. You do get some beautiful florals in here that you could definitely pick up. There's also a touch of greenness that you get from this one. I think it just smells good. A lot of people say that, oh yeah, it smells like, you know, clean laundry, but there is so much more going on in this scent. It's like an actual perfume. So that's what I love about this one. This is the EDP. I know they have the Eau de Toilette version, but I would say get the EDP version. It's like stronger. It's just more like in your face. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, but definitely check this one out. Let me just give you guys a little bit of a look, let you guys see the dent that I made into this one. This is Warm Cotton, and it's from the Clean line. Another fragrance that I made a dent into is a Chanel TENDRE. It's not the hugest dent, but I definitely have a dent in this bottle. I love this scent, and I've spoken about this one a couple of times on my channel, and I always go back to that little stupid story that I tell you guys about how I encountered this scent. So I was walking down the street, and this beautiful girl walked by me looking all chic. She was of Asian descent, beautiful girl, stylish of course, walking down the street in the middle of New York, like minding her business. And poor little old me was like, okay, I'm gonna have to bother this girl who looks like she doesn't want to be bothered. But I was like, if you smell that good, expect people to approach you and ask you what you're wearing. And she was the sweetest person. She told me what she was wearing. And on that same day, I decided to get this fragrance. It smells so good. It's like a citrus, a floral, woodsy, musky type scent. Very Chanel-esque. It smells expensive. Like when you smell this one, you just know that it's an expensive perfume. You know that the person is not wearing anything, you know, cheap or anything like that. It gives off that vibe. Whenever I want to look chic, feminine, and classy, this is the type of fragrance that I reach for when I want to match what I'm wearing. When I'm dressed up that way, I usually reach for this scent. Clean, it has a little bit of citrus, a little bit of fruit, some fresh watery florals. I'm obsessed with the dry down. I think it's the perfect office scent, not obtrusive. You're not gonna bother anyone with this one unless they really are like sensitive to musk, because you do pick up on that musk and the woods. But I think it is a beautiful light scent that just smells amazing on the wearer. I don't think the wearer knows how good they smell when they're wearing this one. I always smell this on women, and I think it's just like amazing. It reminds me of light blue in that way. It smells beautiful. Like the sillage that it gives off is just beautiful, and it kind of like floats around the wearer. I think this is amazing. This is Chanel's Chance or Tendre. The next fragrance that I totally made a dent into is Still, and this is by Jennifer Lopez. I'm trying to get a good angle here, but this is a fragrance that I always talk about here on my channel too. I haven't been wearing this one for some reason, but sometimes I do take breaks from my fragrances. Sometimes I give them a little break and then revisit them and then enjoy them all over again. And Still is kind of like that. Still to me is always going to be a special scent. It means so much to me. I remember I was wearing this on my first date with my boyfriend, then husband now. We always laugh and joke around about this fragrance because we always say that if it wasn't for this fragrance, we wouldn't be like together, because he was so charmed by this fragrance. And after weeks of us dating, he asked me if it was my hair smelling like that, because back then my hair was long and flowy, you know, I chopped it off, but he thought it was something like a scent coming from my hair until I showed him like, no, it's a perfume. So he loves this scent. It's dominated by Earl Grey tea, honeysuckle, musk. So it gives me this very tranquil feel. It's a very relaxing scent. It's like Asian inspired. It's like really fresh. It's clean. It's musky. It's a little herbal. It smells wonderful. It's a little sweet. And yes, it has like a shampoo-esque type vibe. It smells so good, and the lasting power on this is incredible. Now I know they altered this fragrance because I do have a backup bottle of this one, and I noticed that the scent that comes off from the backup bottle that I bought is a little different. It's still very good, still very pleasant, but I found that one to be more heavy on the honeysuckle and less musky. I think this one is more earthy, more musky, and that new one that I have, the backup bottle, is a little bit more sweeter, a little bit more tame, less musky, less earthy. So I think regardless of what bottle you get, you're gonna enjoy this one. So this is Still, and it's by Jennifer Lopez. So if you're still here and you are enjoying this video, I know it seems like a lot to turn your phone in the vertical position, but just turn your phone in the vertical position, hit like, and turn it back to the horizontal position. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So another fragrance that I made a dent into is Amazing Grace, and this is from the House of Philosophy. This is another fragrance that I keep rebuying because I just love the smell. The musk is probably what I love the most. It's sort of indolic, and I think some people may like that, some people may not like that. I don't always love fragrances that pulls a little bit animalic or indolic, but for me, I really love it. Here, it gives it this mature vibe that I absolutely love in fragrances. A lot of times you have to buy vintage fragrances to get that effect in your fragrance, and it's here. I love that. This has a very clean, fresh, floral, watery type vibe. I think it smells so good. It does remind me of like a good old-fashioned shampoo. They don't make shampoos that smell like this anymore. It smells like old school shampoo. And like I said, yes, it does give off a mature vibe. I love this one. And yes, every single time I repurchase this fragrance, I always just make a little dent in it. I love this. This is Amazing Grace, and it's from the House of Philosophy. Okay, so the next dent that I want to show you is the one that I made in this fragrance right here. I think it's called Pink Friday. It's by Nicki Minaj. This is one of my favorite fragrances, if not my favorite fragrance from Nicki Minaj. I also really love Trini Girls, so they're kind of like side by side in how much I really like them. Both fragrances give two different vibes, so thank God they don't feel similar. They're very different. This gives me a sweet, fruity, tropical scent. It's very fruity, very tropical. It smells so good. I love this one, and obviously because I just made a big dent into this one. It smells so good. It does give me tropical island vibe. It reminds me of Miami Glow by Jennifer Lopez. I think these two fragrances kind of give off the same kind of smell. I love how long lasting it is. Once it dries down, it does become a bit muskier, so I love that. I love this. It's so delicious. Up next is Dream More by The Gap, and I have made dents into bottles of this fragrance. I love this one. It's called Dream More. So I'm not sure if they still have this fragrance. It smells so good, so clean, so fresh, floral, watery, musky, a little woodsy. It smells so good. It kind of smells like what Gap represents, you know, effortless, classic, simple. Like, that's what I get from this fragrance. I don't know how it could be so simple but so good. It smells very fresh, shower clean. It kind of smells like you just came out of the shower from washing your hair, giving yourself a good bath. It just smells that way. I have a coworker that wears this one and she smells so good. Everybody talks about how she smells. Like, it's one of those things, like when she's coming, you know she's coming, because this starts to waft around in the air. It smells so incredible. I love this one. So this is Dream More and it's by the Gap. Okay guys, so if you haven't liked this video as yet, now is the time to like the video. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you're into fragrances, especially budget friendly fragrances, this will be the channel for you. I can promise you that. Anyway guys, I'm out. I love y'all so much. Bye.